It's really, we went 2-1 with 2 blowouts in a row.
2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Bucks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're wearing our statement uniform here tonight. Big game. We all of them are. Shots to restart.
Game packages are available for the NBA fans like you guys. Purchase multiple game packages and receive up to a 25% discount for face value.
Sit down. Be humble.
The crowd is assembled at BMO Harris Bradley's before we...
Well, guys, the honest identity...
Boy, that's fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? Coming down the home stretch, Brent, some teams in clear rebuild mode at this point. What are they looking to get out of the rest of the season?
Well, this is all about experience, Kevin, giving guys opportunity so that they go into the off-season with specific goals in mind as individual players to get better at their game. And when they do that, they come back collectively better for the organization. So experience only here as we close out the season for a few of these teams.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Hayward outside at the 3 with Morris to his side at the 4. Mr. Clutch out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Horford at center.
He's a knockdown
of their first free throws of this.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
No good on the second free throw.
So it's that first the camera angle. Yes.
Always take time to think about Jason Kidd and his career, having played against him in high school in the Bay Area in Oakland as he was a star of St. Joseph's. There's no question that back then he had the acumen and the intellect to be a coach, was always that on the floor during his career, and doing it now in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Well, Greg Monroe is pretty good down there in the paint, but he's got to work on becoming a lockdown defender on the interior.
Pass to Horford. Here's Mr. Clutch, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Dishes it to Morris. Shot clock at 6. The Celtics need to get a
Kyrie
shot
at 3. Nope.
And it's Irving missing. As you said, Brent, Kidd, one of the great minds in the game, who was a coach on the floor long before he was a coach on the sideline.
I think it's interesting for Jason Kidd and where he is now, because all these young players need experience to get smarter, and Jason is so smart. So I think he's waiting for a time where all of that intellect can catch up, and then everybody can be on the same page.
No good from Mr. Clutch. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brogdon with it. Guarded now by Morris. Middleton on the wing for 3. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Middleton's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Middleton hovers around that 40% mark from downtown in his career. It's a good-looking shot there.
Kicks it to Horford. Stolen by Monroe. Stolen by Monroe. Pass break, Milwaukee. Lets a floater go. Here's Parker, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Parker's got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Mr. Clutch. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Middleton. Here's Mr. Clutch. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Celtics.
They stayed away from being too reliant on the three-point shot. They used it when they had to, but kept things balanced. And that's what you want to have, an offense that comes at you in all sorts of ways.
Here's Milwaukee now. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Screen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Since the break, he's been simply stellar. He's getting around 20 points per, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best.
My way to the basket I go.
Points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Here's Middleton after the made shot from Mr. Clutch. Second chance effort. That one no good. Good work defensively by Morris. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a ball.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
Middleton right side.
Middleton a 3. Nope.
Here's
Monroe. Nope.
Morris with the rebound.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Pass to Irving. Here's Mr. Clutch.
They foul in the end one.
So it'll be a 3-point play chance.
The pace and rhythm right now is all Kyrie Irving. Terrific job of setting up his teammates.
Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Milwaukee. And Brett, I read that Kyrie Irving meditates off the court. It's something he reads about and studies up on quite a bit, focused on learning and growing as a person.
There's a 3. Nope.
And there are some other players in this league, Kevin. They might want to take up what Kyrie Irving is throwing down.
Now Middleton after the missed 3 from Mr. Clutch. And Middleton kicks to Muhammad. Off to a good start.
Muhammad's someone that's down now.
No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Rebound by Greg Monroe.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
To the inside. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnover.
Even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
And so it's Milwaukee with it.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
No, I can't.
Hayward outside.
We continue.
Passes it to Mr. Clutch.
There's a 3. Bang.
Good off the assist from Hayward. And it's 8 points for Mr. Clutch.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
Brogdon against Irving.
Brogdon, no.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
Another 3. Nope.
Offensive rebound. Here's Morris. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And for a guy this big, you'd like to see more activity on the glass, but give Morris credit. He's getting after it tonight.
Thon Maker's checked in for Monroe. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Brogdon kicks to Muhammad. Over Tatum.
Nice shot by Muhammad.
Muhammad's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 8. The feed to Morris. Got it. Good job in the low post. Morris has got 5 now.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Here's Muhammad. He can't get that one to fall. And the Celtics going the other way now. This game coming
Guys,
up.
I'll be right back. I have to go do something. Oh, I'm trying to play. Guys are gonna come in here and yell at me.
I wish that I had your info about the baby stuff, but I wouldn't have to buy everything in yellow and green. I said there's no way. And then me and my mom are gonna be best friends. You were close to your mom? I think she blamed me for my father, maybe. He didn't want kids. When she got pregnant, he didn't want to even. She wasn't the best mother. She drank too much. She invited a lot of her boyfriends to live with us, and they wasn't very different. Sophie, I'm sorry. It sounds like a really tough way to grow up. Okay. But she taught me over and over again that that's something, right? And I know that whatever happens with Jesse, right? Jeffrey's priority is to be a good mother. And you will be. I have no doubt. I'm so glad you think so. And I'm really proud of you. Okay. Enough seriousness, and let's be honest. Well, that's just adorable. That's completely natural childbirth. Told you I didn't pay you for the homework, right? Why not? No, I just thought it was a good path. I just assumed that we were going to be in a hospital, just in case something, God forbid, went wrong. I just think our bodies are unstable. And we should treat our pregnancy as naturally as possible. We've been doing this for an eternity. Women have babies in single. Look at the universe in our picture. No, too cute.
In here! Hey, sweetie. Here's our square over. Happy about pizza?
I'm so grateful for our life. I spent the afternoon with Chelsea.
Sure.
I'm kidding. She didn't need me. She only wants to be million people living up. It was incredibly tough life. And she's finally pregnant after several miscarriages. She and Jesse aren't even really together. I don't know how she does it. I feel so lucky for being with her. What would you do with me? Our roasted deep creamy wine, lashes,
If you are a recipient of ulcerative colitis or chronic symptoms, holding you back, and your current treatment hasn't worked well enough, it may be time for a change. Ask your doctor about infusion, the only biologic development approved just for UC infections. This vehicle works at the site of inflammation in the GI tract and is immediately therapeutic. Many patients achieve both symptom relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Intibia may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. EML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection caused by a virus, may be possible. This condition has not been reported to Intibia. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can impair Intibia. If your UC or Crohn's treatment isn't working for you, ask your gastroenterologist about Intibia. Intibia, relief and remission within reach.
Alright, everybody, high protein to help you smoothie and help you feel more strength and energy in just 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll take that.
Ensure high protein with 16 grams of protein and 4 grams of sugar. Ensure always be you. What will you discover with the new Ultimate Wings Package by Ethel? Sharper fish chicken without limits.
I'm back, guys. Sorry, had to go help my dad with something.
And when you shoot a high
the worst time
from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the road.
As Middleton knocks out three.
Shooting when you're on the road, you find that kind of rhythm. It's hard to do. They made it look easy.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the.
And I missed it down too.
And you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Celtics trail by 3.
That's bullshit.
Outside.
You can see that out.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
There we go.
2 points. That one goes. 10 points for him.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
This is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
There we go.
Makes it off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 1.
They are just killing them on the interior.
I feel like the strength of this Milwaukee Buck team is in their wing play. A great collection of talent who can mix and match and play a bunch of positions. A lot of switchable defenders out there. And most of their scoring production comes from that wing position.
So it's the Celtics now, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
For the 3, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists now in this one. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And Brett with the Bucks, they are a team that can mix and match with all their options on the perimeter.
Well, the Bucks most night have an advantage, certainly on the wings, with Giannis out there and how versatile and awkward he is to play against. Jabari Parker and company, that's a lot of the scoring load from the wing position along with Middleton, and they score at an efficient rate. They'd like to get
Boston leading by 5. Antetokounmpo and Parker are the wing. Monroe is out there with Wilson.
I get fouled. I go
Muhammad in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. Very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
14
Kevin,
points so far.
I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Okay, Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Raptors was tremendous. He finished with 42 points and piled on the stats to round out a double-double. Just a really strong all-around effort. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thanks for checking in, D.A. He was phenomenal for them in that game. It was fun to watch.
And not just fun for us, but it had to be fun for him.
And I love having fun, but fun comes at a cost.
Rebound on
Mr.
Clutch.
Is work and effort, so let's not get too far away from
that.
For
Mr. Clutch.
In this one. I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket for Middleton.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
20 points the first half.
Irving against Muhammad, and it goes down 2 points. Muhammad's got 13 points.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Middleton. Morris with the bucket.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
And Muhammad kicks to Monroe. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Parker.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Out to Hayward. This one for 3.
Nope.
The pass to Mr. Clutch.
3 from Mr. Clutch. Nope.
Kept alive by Boston. Rejected by Monroe.
Well, the rejection from Monroe, got his feet set, got in the right spot, and then threw it away.
Back to Middleton. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Horford.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Milwaukee. For Boston, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. Free throw is good for Mr. Clutch.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Bucks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games. And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Muhammad dishes to Middleton. Back to Muhammad. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And with Middleton and his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
Oh, my God. Come on, Kyrie.
He facilitates. He has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
Foul.
Cranes for 3, and yes, he'll go to the line for 1 more. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Yeah, a 4-point play.
For Boston, they have shot 10 of 13 from
my
the
first ever 4-point play.
When it comes, Brent, to the subject of intimidation, there are certain players who are just downright scary, intimidating to play against.
Insert one Rudy Gobert. I mean, has this guy in Utah not done a great job, Kevin, of manning up the middle in ways that we haven't seen for quite some time? Both him and Hassan Whiteside, along with DeAndre Jordan, those guys are pretty good down deep in the paint.
Absolute.
28
Bucks
points.
Trail by 8. Here's Muhammad. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
4 fouls.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace.
And a pretty tightly contested game here. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of that. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. Welcoming you back in a closely contested check in for Shabazz Muhammad. And the Celtics also making a change. Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. We've got Marcus Morris. Kyrie Irving is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Hayward. And it's Tatum in at the 4. And he makes the first.
Not out on the first. Knocked out a second. 30 points.
Clutch.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Brogdon kicks to Parker. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. Gets a little lazy about what it could be.
The rejection by Antetokounmpo. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. It's Irving, top of the key.
How do you miss that?
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
It's a no.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a fine Greg he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a 4-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
Antetokounmpo against Hayward, and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Not how you want to start the third quarter.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball.
Well, it took 4. They finally got one to go. Still, they need to connect on more opportunities to get this quarter going.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And stolen by Hayward. Goes up in the chin by Hayward.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Monroe dishes to Parker.
Monroe.
It's stolen by Morris. Out to Hayward. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Mr. Clutch.
Little basket later.
Mr. Clutch has got 32 points in the game.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Five
in the post, covered by Monroe, stolen by Monroe. Shoots from 14. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Brogdon.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
No good for Mr. Clutch.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. That's a 2 from Parker. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Hayward, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Over Hayward, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Horford. Fast break, here we go. A rebound by the Celtics. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Here's Muhammad. Pass to Brogdon. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And that one drops for him. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court. Leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Brent, all things being equal, do you like the idea of sending everyone to the defensive glass to avoid giving away second chance points? Or do you like leaking a guy or two out in transition, hoping for the best?
I don't think the leak out is a good idea at all, Kevin. You've got to have 5 guys attentive to any possession. Most coaches in the NBA will tell you that a possession is not a stop until you collect the defensive rebound.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Horford kicks to Irving. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Morris outside. Pocket 6. Here's Mr. Clutch. Defensively by Monroe.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Screen by Monroe. On the pass to Monroe. No good on that one. Celtics leading by 6. No good from Mr. Clutch.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Back to Irving. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Wells. Here's Mr. Clutch, covered by Parker. Mr. Clutch, rebounded by the Bucks. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Here's Vaughn. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
A nice shot by Irving.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That's his 5th foul. Akers checked in for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for a shot. Vaughn. And a change for the Celtics. Tatum's checked in. Antetokounmpo kicks to Maker. Rebounded by Mr. Clutch. Celtics leading by 8. He feeds it to Wells.
Wells a 3.
Shoots the triple. Wells has got 10.
And Wells has such a quick release. He's ready to pull as soon as the ball hits his hand.
The dish to Parker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Henson checked in for Wilson. And Middleton subbed in for Jabari Parker. Celtics also with a sub. Smart's checked in. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Look at Mr. Clutch. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
And we're up by age of 13 as we actually come back in for the fourth.
Bucks trail by 13. Monroe is out there with John Henson. And then there's Antetokounmpo.
Oh,
and there's
shit.
Parker. And it's Maker in at the 3 spot. It's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Parker taking it over right now. A capable shooter from any spot on the floor.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Guys get excited about making something happen, but that was just a loss of composure right there. You can't go through the guy.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Maker. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
It's deflected. They recover it. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Antetokounmpo. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. No good from Mr. Clutch.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
Celtics leading by 7. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Good. Brogdon's got 10 points here in the second half.
Showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
And a good decision on the move. Too often we see teams have this kind of opportunity and fail to convert.
Irving. And nothing is falling for him right now. Milwaukee's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. So it's Boston now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Mr. Clutch. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the
knocked down the first.
Both free throws good for Mr. Clutch. Bucks trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Parker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And last season, Jabari Parker had a consistent 3-pointer to his tool set as a scorer.
You think about the first few games, averaging about 13, Kevin, then jumped it up to 19, and then all of a sudden, you get to December, and he's averaging over 20 a game. So for Jabari to have that kind of consistency and that kind of improvement and gain his confidence, he's got to feel good that if he gets back to health, he can still do damage in the NBA.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Irving kicks to Morris. Here's Mr. Clutch, covered by Parker. And again, another shot trained there for Mr. Clutch.
40
Mr. Clutch
points.
has got 40 points.
We're back up by 5.
Screen by Monroe. Off the pick. And Craig Monroe with the smack.
Well, Monroe right now agreeing with these second chance opportunities.
Boston leading by 3. Irving dishes to Tatum. Morris passes to Mr. Clutch. Nice ball movement by Boston.
They again a basket.
And it's Irving picking up the assist. 42 points for Mr. Clutch.
And all quarter long,
on
he's
fire.
Zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Parker outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Irving passes to Mr. Clutch. There's a good screen. In the corner, it's Morris. There's the pass to Mr. Clutch. Back to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So
That's all down.
See how he plays moving forward.
The Bucks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. Al Horford's checked in for Tatum. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
Yeah, that's unselfish play there from Greg Monroe, keeping his head up to spot the open man.
Celtics leading by 3. Hayward outside. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Irving. Over to the left wing. Here's Mr. Clutch, and Parker with the block.
How about the reach from Parker? Extends his arms way up that time to get the block.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk.
Well, it's cut the block.
An aggressive move and fantastic.
And the Celtics lead by 3.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart.
Oh, it's back up to 3.
Hayward against Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. There's shot by Brogdon, wide open.
Wow, yeah.
And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
A knockdown first.
And the Bucks making a change here. Thomas is checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Milwaukee's gotten the 3-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Screen by Monroe. Thomas dishes to Monroe. Pass to Brogdon. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
The Celtics have gone through the 4th quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Mr. Clutch.
Oh, my God.
By Parker. The Bucks shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Passes it to Brogdon. Irving with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Pushing it up. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
Kyrie coming alive. He does that at this stage of the game.
And stolen by Irving. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Basket good. And now a 4-point Celtic lead.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
It's nice that he holds some things in reserve because he knows his time to explode. And then the soft range.
11 feet away.
Travel.
The officials call a traveling violation.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
So you want to get your coach fired up? Do something like that right there. That kind of loss of concentration would drive your coach crazy.
Muhammad, he's checked in for Thomas. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're leading by 4. 1:25 left in the 4th quarter. Presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Mr. Clutch.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Out to Hayward. And there's the pass to Mr. Clutch. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
So good, yes. 12 now, it's a bad play.
Bucks trail by 4. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. That's a 2 from Parker. And the great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Parker playing with a ton of confidence, and these are the moments that the team looks to him to get things like that done.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Muhammad covering. Out to Morris. Back to Horford. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely. This is why you got to love where Giannis is in the young part of his career, willing to drain a crucial shot for his ball club.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Morris with a screen on Parker. Shot clock at 6. Mr. Clutch. It's in!
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just one or two shots at the end decide the outcome.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 2. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's what you take.
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
I really like when you run plays that have options. Get to either one and take the best shot available.
And Muhammad kicks to Antetokounmpo. No good.
A fundamental footwork.
We win. Yeah, we won the first game by 2 points.
Right off the rim.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the heart.
I get the game-winning shot to win the game.
Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
Great game, DJ.
Thanks.
Listen, the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
Okay, let's do it.
Right this way.
Oh, good. Post-game.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to catch up with our special post-game guest.
Hey, this is Shaq. I want to say you look like one of the greats out there, how you played tonight. Whew. Did you feel like you were in complete control of everything going on in the game?
I mean, to be honest with you, Shaq, I don't ever feel like I'm in complete control, but I did feel like I had a great rhythm in the game. And, you know, sometimes when you hit the floor, everything just comes to you naturally, and you're able to make the most of every chance that you get, and that's how I felt tonight.
You felt good, you look good, you are good.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We'll see you next time, and the time after that, too.
As we move on to the next game here. After a big win, and we're not calling it Memphis, so let's get a win. I'm happy to win that before, but I felt like the turnovers were really bad. Mostly the third quarter. I think Kubrick have stood them up for me like easy. I need to be better control the ball. I can't let them just keep stealing the ball from me. That's not a good way. We're lucky we won. You know, other than that, I think it was a good game. Let's go on. See how better to do next game. Here we go.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, back.
Let's play.
Did I get something about games? Yes, of course, for the future.
Yeah, I'll do. I'm not ready to be home. I like playing more at home than I do on the road because there's not much to, you know, that annoying thing when you shoot free throws. Yeah, annoying thing. I get my 3-point shot, but that was to go 2 for 12 for the 3-point line. Last game was awful. Bang. Bang.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. And we've got... Thanks, DA. Gotta love the Grizz. They certainly take pride in their grit and grind style of play. And here in the final leg of the season, Chris, you can just see how hard these teams are pushing and how the season is taking its toll. I think it's very evident.
That's what you have to like about sports is that at the end of the year, whoever wins that championship, they deserve it because everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to have their little dings and be, you know, kind of hurt. No one is going to be 100% at the end of the season. And so right now, we're watching them definitely grind it out.
So you always have respect for the champion because you know just what they've had to go through. No season is perfect and no team is perfect.
Yes, I always have respect for the champions. Think of all the things we talked about, those 7-game road trips.
I'll get through and miss a layup.
During the season, the fact that players get injured, the fact that players get traded.
It is stolen right back.
At the end of the year, that whoever is left standing.
Not gonna allow you to miss this time as I throw it now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Conley out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic.
And my first foul.
It's Marc Gasol. And it's Davis at the 4 spot.
Oh, that's just a bad foul there. The refs are going to be all over that one.
Now here's Ellington. Guarded close. Conley kicks to Bogdanovic. Out to the right wing. Memphis moving that ball around. Conley
rebound on the clutch.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
Here's the basket later.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Irving against Conley. Dishes it to Gasol. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Horford.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team. Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Marc has made the gap between them all the more closer.
Ellington the pass to Conley. They double team Conley. Ellington from outside, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game. Go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
Poked away. Here in the first, just 2.5 minutes played so far. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved.
That's BS, but I don't even touch the play they cross now.
Boston trailing. We've got Brown, Abusele out there with Tatum. Then there's Smart, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Elbow shot is on the way.
Got it.
And he hits the jump shot. Mr. Clutch has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Boston. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Bucks put on a show. He finished with 48 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. Nobody could stop him. He completely took over the game. The same thing he'll be looking to do here tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Oh, yeah. Once he got him on the ropes, he never let them off the hook. It was full-speed energy basketball at its greatest.
Ellington kicks to Kufis.
Kufis. No.
Another shot.
Kufis.
No, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
So he comes up empty at the line. Pass to Mr. Clutch.
There's a three.
They grabbed their own miss.
Where am I now?
Misses. That would have put him up.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Kufis kicks to McLemore. Side Gasol. The pass to McLemore. 6 to shoot. Gasol setting the pick for McLemore. Kufis kicks to Ellington. Pass to Brooks. He dishes it to McLemore. To the inside. And there's Mark Gasol.
Gasol
assist for McLemore. Gasol's got 5 now.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And
Jaylen Brown.
His inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Ellington with it. Out guarded by Smart. Gasol kicks to Kufis. On the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Look at this. I like this team basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
Al Horford is checked in for Boston. The Grizzlies shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season.
Brown outside. There's Mr. Clutch.
Basket, no.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Over to the wing. Shoots the 3. With the putback. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum passes to Mr. Clutch. He kicks to Tatum. He feeds it to Smart. The Celtics working the ball around now. Expanding his range.
Nope.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last. And they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, and when the bench is putting up major points, it makes the whole offense that much more difficult to defend. They went to blowout city.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Smart. Here's Mr. Clutch. Good.
Yes.
Smart gets the assist. Mr. Clutch has got 11 points.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
Outside Gasol. It's hauled in by Brown.
No one was even close to him there. He should have taken more time to get his legs under him before attempting that look.
Tatum lays it in.
1 for 2 with that boot.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Morris is checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Memphis also making a switch. Davis is checked in. Count that.
Morris knocks it down.
Morris has got his second basket of the night.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper for Morris. Catching the deep flat-footed and torching them as a result.
Ellington with it. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. McLemore with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Brooks misses. Celtics have gone 4-10 in the second quarter from the field.
And the Celtics bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The dish to Koufos. Over Horford. A nice shot by Koufos. 5 points in the game. And the Celtics signed Brad Stevens to a 6-year contract to lure him away from Butler in college basketball. Chris, they were very confident he'd be a great coach.
Smarter three.
Yes. Another 6-year deal real quick because he's already established himself as one of the league's top coaches.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And McLemore kicks to Davis. The feed now to McLemore. On the wing, Ellington. Davis dishes to Brooks. McLemore, the pass to Brooks. Knocks down the 3 ball. Brooks has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage.
Morris for 3. No.
Morris, no good.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Outside, Davis. Here's Brooks. Ball
there you
not
go.
Loose. Feeds it to Morris. Lets it go. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
I hurt my back.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They're coming off that win against Philly. Pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away.
At halftime, we're down by 1. Let's see what they do with this. +2. I think a +2. +2.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Yeah, I'm surprised the defense didn't do a better job of adjusting. I mean, extending out on him a little bit.
They'll throw it down.
So on the floor for Memphis. Marcus Gasol is out there with Davis. Then it's Conley. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. Good looking screen by Gasol. Conley against Hayward. Conley's shot is up.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, and you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
For no luck.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the dude to stop.
No problems knocking that one down. Ellington's got 11 points. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Hayward on the wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Ellington defending. Irving passes to Mr. Clutch. From 18 feet away, the Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Ellington gets to Conley. Quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in an era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast, so for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really love the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
And the Celtics with possession here. Celtics trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Hayward. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Ellington inside the 3-point line. Rebound by the Celtics. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Mr. Clutch.
Again to the basket.
Mr. Clutch has got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Conley dishes to Gasol. Inside.
Blocked. Get out of here.
Out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Some changes for Boston. Tatum, he's checked in for Horford.
Get that shot out of here.
Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Brooks checked in for Memphis. Brooks with a screen on Brown. It's stolen by Brown, and they're moving it up. Takes a 3, and he a beautiful release there from Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 9 points here in the second half.
Now I'm starting to knock down my shots.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. Here's Gasol.
I can't foul him.
On the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Celtics. McLemore's checked in for the Grizzlies. And he's good on the second. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 9-1 run. Out to Morris. Rozier the pass to Mr. Clutch. This ball moving.
First turnover.
Brooks against Brown. Poke loose. It's stolen by Brown. And the pass to Mr. Clutch. Down low. 13 feet away.
Yes.
Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And Tatum good at shooting when he's in rhythm. Measuring shots as soon as that pass touches his hand.
Conley gets to Gasol. Now here's McLemore. He's tightly guarded. Back to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. With the shot.
Good defense.
The Grizzlies with another miss.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean. And he brings a great amount to the team. Usually the heart and soul of the team. He can score in a multitude of ways, inside and outside.
Conley dishes to Brooks.
Go.
Back to Conley. There's the triple, and it's good.
Conley knocks out
the play was Brooks. 16 points for Mike Conley.
And all of a sudden, that 3 puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
Oh, guys, he's really sniping them back into this game from the perimeter. He's helping big time and closing
Tatum.
Count it. And it's 6 points for Jason Tatum.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, there's nothing the smaller defender can do but just look up and watch himself get schooled.
The Celtics on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. They set the pick. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Tatum. There's Mr. Clutch. Morris right side. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a 1-on-1 situation, Greg, he feels the most.
Okay, put me right back in.
The Grizzlies trail by 7.
Let's
Conley kicks
go,
to Covington.
Celtics.
To Kubas. Back to Covington. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Dishes to Conley. Pass to Gasol. Kicks to Covington. Puts up a three.
Nope.
Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Morris with a screen on Covington. Covington with the steal. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. And Hayward with the block.
Rare block shot by Gordon Hayward. He has the instincts to do more of this, but neither the suddenness nor the strength.
The Celtics making a switch here. Horford's checked in. 1:24 left in the third. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Covington. No good from Mr. Clutch.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play.
Celtics leading by 7. So the wing on the left.
There we go.
Beautiful reverse layup. Mr. Clutch has got 24 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Conley's shot is off. Here's Boston now. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Mr. Clutch. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 9. It's Covington on the wing. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists in the game.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
What a battle for that rebound there. He did an outstanding job in getting position and hauling that one in.
Covington wide open. He fires. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's definitely been a different player this second half. He's shooting lights out now, much different after a tough first half.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
They fouled.
Contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. For Boston, they have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far. He's off on the first. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on the second free throw. Conley. The shot, no good. And we'll be back with you shortly.
In the
and
fourth
meanwhile,
quarter.
Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Okay, hey, bottom line is...
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Here's Conley. They've got Horford. Hayward out there with Tatum. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the shooting guard. That's the Boston 5.
Nice defense.
By Horford.
Wow, the rim protection by Horford. I mean,
yeah, Patrick Hogan.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. Have to get back on.
That's
Celtics leading by 7. Hayward passes to Mr. Clutch. Out to Hayward.
Nope,
here's Mr. Clutch.
Get out my way.
The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Mr. Clutch has got 29 in the game.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly. With the double coming over, good vision to locate the open man.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker
Hayward.
than the defender.
No.
They get the rebound to the inside. Irving kicks to Tatum. Irving passes to Mr. Clutch. Celtics passing it around. Fires from deep.
Bang!
Mr. Clutch has got 7 now.
Nice.
This
is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive end.
Conley against Irving. Shot off the screen. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Conley.
Yeah, and coming off that pick there, Conley able to get to his sweet spot and convert.
Hayward passes to Mr. Clutch. At the elbow, Horford passes it to Mr. Clutch. Right side, Irving. Hayward from outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's just outstanding awareness from Irving right there. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open.
Timeout call.
Timeout Milwaukee. I mean Memphis.
And Kyrie Irving very steady with the ball in his hands. Not a lot of turnovers for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he makes great reads. Pick and roll, drives, kicks. He keeps his dribble low, but sometimes he has his dribble high. He's great at the pocket passes, great off pick and rolls, great at screens, and can space the floor.
And Memphis making a change here. Davis is checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get.
And now stolen.
And stolen by Horford. Here's Mr.
There's our three. Bang!
On the assist by Horford. 35 points for Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Davis.
Working tonight.
Outside Conley.
Conley
and right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Conley's got 21 in the game. Celtics leading by 11. Irving passes to Mr. Clutch. He dishes it to Horford. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. To the middle.
Oh my God.
Steal.
Damn it.
Hayward against Bogdanovich. Conley with a wide open look. Here's Davis, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Hayward outside. The pass to Mr. Clutch. Down low. Gasol with the steal. Horford no up.
Good interior D there prevents the Duke.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, and he overshot that one, missing.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Now here's Ellington. He's tightly guarded. Conley gets to Gasol.
Gasol looks up.
That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
The Celtics making a switch here. Morris is checked in. So he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. The Grizzlies trail by 8. On the wing, Ellington. To the inside, Davis. Excellent defense from Mr. Clutch. Boston's gone 3 or 4 from downtown here in the fourth. From 15 feet away, Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jumper.
Over in the corner, Gasol. No good from outside. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Down low, here's Morris.
Morris, yes.
That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Dish now to Ellington.
Nope.
No good on the triple.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Mr. Clutch, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Marcus Gasol.
Clearly a foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy
38
size
points.
who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that could knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard that's in transition and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Ellington defending. Now the feed to Morris. Puts it up. Misses off the right eye.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Conley kicks to Davis. To the paint. Here's Ellington. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Back to Irving. Out to Hayward.
Hayward a three. Bang! Gordon Hayward from downtown.
Three assists tonight.
And the lead's up to 13 with 3 minutes left.
Each half, he has just owned that line.
They double team Conley. It's Davis on the wing. On the wing, Ellington. And it's sent back by
rebound, Mr. Clutch.
His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
And we'll go.
On this. Here's Mr. Clutch. That shot is off. And it's Memphis the other way. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last. Here's Mr. Clutch. He feeds it to Horford. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Horford. Over Gasol. Again, Celtics good for 2.
And that's when Horford can open things up for the whole team offensively. I mean, that's where he can. Off the catch and shoot. Bottoms up.
Timeout call.
Timeout, man.
Look at Mr. Clutch. He's really been playing well.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Mr. Clutch.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Conley dishes to Gasol. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Davis sends it back. Here's Mr. Clutch. Morris a screen. Here's Mr. Clutch.
And one.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And the first one goes. Both free throws good for Mr.
40
Clutch.
points.
There's a minute 40 left in the 4th. They double team Conley. And Bogdanovich kicks to Davis. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Celtics.
Look at the number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep and that has to be a relief.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Mr. Clutch.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
On the line, and the shot no good, a bit short.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on over jump.
Bogdanovich, no luck. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
There's 39 seconds left in the game. Clock at 6. Morris, a screen. Here's Mr. Clutch. Terrific design on the stick play. He lays it in. Mr. Clutch has got 42 in the game. Conley kicks to Ellington. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Feeds it to Bogdanovich.
And we're about to win again. Now, with one more game
coming. Dishes it to Gasol. Over Horford. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and so it's
I tried to have coach as we win again.
Competition, but the hometown advantage and their
yeah. Yeah, no, until the last game. Another over 40-point effort.
Thanks very much. Now, you led the charge with that fourth quarter. How did you take control of this game and get your team to win?
I'll let you in on a secret, D.A. I had the game in control the whole time. It makes for better drama when you let the other team think they have a chance. I mean, that's just storytelling 101. And I know all about drama. I do a little bit of acting, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, anyone who is close to me, they'll back me up by saying, yeah, he's nothing but drama.
But that's not what it says on the back of your jersey. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much.
Here comes the next game. After I check the phone call. On DeRozan. Not gonna lie, but that was straight. Social media. Oh no, you didn't just do that. Poor God, with tablets, right? Asked him about his defense, to which he surprised said, solid fair from our best. As we have Denver coming on national TV. Let's go. Let's get this one.